Hello, everyone. Welcome back. You're watching the Kaiser Report. I'm John, here with Kaiser on the couch one more time to bring you some bits of news and a look-see into Stupid Town a little bit later on in this program, and to talk to you about a few things that not only are on the minds of most people today, but the wonderment of how our government is so bifurcated that they just cannot get anything accomplished, it would appear, any longer. So we'll go on with talking a little bit about the tragedy that took place in New York just a scant day or so ago, and the reaction to people that are already, the left side is up in arms over, no pun intended, gun control one more time. It appears through some of the research that we have done in the news that this was a two-part weapon that was the lower carriage was given to this guy by someone out in Las Vegas, and then the rest of it was made either by himself or he had help doing putting this gun together. And the gun found in the car that he was driving also is of some question. The police department in New York City has sent out a delegation to Las Vegas to do the research in his home where this weapon was probably assembled, they think. And we'll hear more of that through certain individual news outlets that you may be watching from time to time. But if you're looking for any sort of getting close to the truth, you probably want to look at the Fox networks, Newsmax, Forbes, and some other areas that will tell you exactly what's going on without shading it and making it perfect for the left side of the aisle, because we all know now the Democratic Party is running mainstream media in this country. The truth with CNN and MSNBC doesn't matter anymore. They'll run with something just as simple as this shooting in New York and give out false information as it happens. Looking at the picture, they were able to identify it as a white man. You know, we're against everything white right now with the mainstream media and the left aisle of our government because they just can't get over the fact that wokeness is on its way out the door. And we're not looking at things racially anymore. And we're not looking at destroying someone because of their skin color or exposing the whiteness of everything. That's a crock. And we all are well enough endowed with a mental ability to really understand that this is being driven by someone with an agenda or an organization with an agenda. The truth with CNN never mattered. The truth with MSNBC and the legacy ABC, NBC, and CBS didn't matter. Now that CBS is coming around and deciding that DEI no longer works in their organization, oh my, we have a lot of upset taking place across social media over this. We'll just boycott CBS. Well, people are coming to the realization that we have been lied to. We have been cajoled into thinking wrong thinking ideas that were put on a platter and handed out for acceptance by our population and sometimes the world's population. But came the election last November, people have awoke and they realized that wokeness, as it was being handed to them, was not really a good thing and voted against it. Well, the other side just cannot get over the fact that people voted against it. Why didn't they accept what we were giving them? Why wouldn't they go along with our change in names and change in thoughts on things like gender and race and everything that they tried to put into a box for you to buy? It didn't happen. And it didn't happen because we, the people of the United States, voted for a change, and change is upon us. And whether they like it or not, CNN and MSNBC are still fighting against it because the people who control them want them to make light or deny anything that is happening good in this country right now, especially if it's attached in any way to the current administration. It's amusing in some cases and very, very sad in others. But let's take a look at an example of CNN grappling with the truth right here.
Fake, disgusting news.
The key questions for the American people and the world are simply about the degree of success of the operation and the current state of Iran's nuclear weapons program and what the intelligence, not the politicians, what the intelligence reveals. Our obligation as journalists is not to praise President Trump or protect his feelings or to disparage him or to praise him for that matter. Our obligation is to report facts. Our obligation is to report facts.
To report facts.
We'll see about that.
This is from New York City. A gunman captured right there on surveillance images. This gunman appearing, Giovanna, to hold what appears to be maybe an assault rifle.
Showing you here, John's reporting that they do know what he looks like. Male, possibly white, mustache, sunglasses, in that building, isolated to, they believe, to various locations, including upper floors.
They do not know who he is. They know he is a male, possibly white. He's wearing sunglasses. He appears to have a mustache. They know he is a male, possibly white.
Our obligation is to report facts.
We also have learned that the suspected gunman in that shooting has ties to Southern California.
Police say the suspect was Shane Tamura. Here's a look at him.
Possibly white.
He's black.
That's not entirely accurate.
What?
They very seldom have anything correct. And when they bite into a story that they want to shade one side or another, they will go to great lengths to convince you that they're right, you're wrong, and no good can ever come out of anything connected with Donald J. Trump. That's their job. And CBS is waking up to the fact that that's not working with the mainstream population, and they're making changes. So it's a matter of time. When their ratings go low enough, these people are going to lose their situation. And I can't wait for that to take place. But look at the backlash that's going on right now over a lousy jeans commercial, because they picked a very nice young lady to advertise their jeans and used the word jeans. it has lit the hair of every liberal out there on fire, including, and you'll see later in Stupid Town, or even before Stupid Town, a look at Booker, whose hair is on fire over the fact that they did not put a fat black woman in this ad. What he doesn't realize is we have had overweight people in ads, and some of them were people of color, and some were not, and some were Asian, and some even were Latinos. But they can't get over the fact that this nice young lady has caused the person who hired her's stock to rise. And it has been accepted across America by red-blooded American people, male and female alike. There's nothing wrong with this ad that this Sweeney girl is in, and why their hair is on fire over this is unbelievable. Let the girl enjoy her day in the sun. Let, I guess it's American Eagle or one of the outfitters that has this advertisement. They had woke advertisements in the past that did not work out so well for them. They were not selling their jeans. They have record sales right now, and their stock is rising as a result of a nicely done ad. It is a little sexy if you want to look at it in that vein, but it certainly has nothing to do with race or racist in any fashion. But there are certain liberal factions that just will not accept anyone with blonde hair and blue eyes because it's not fitting to their narrative that they want to portray. So they need to probably get over this, but it's an ad for jeans, nothing more. Take a look here.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has her genes.
That girl got game.
Let the hate flow through you.
Here we go. Time to check the pulse. We begin with the backlash over a new ad campaign featuring actress Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, the ads are for American Eagle, and the tagline is, Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Now, in one ad, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed actress talks about genes as in DNA being passed down from her parents.
The play on words is being compared to Nazi propaganda with racial undertones.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
My genes are blue.
The campaign has a clever slogan. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. That's genes with a J. But many believe the implication is that Sydney Sweeney's genes with a G are superior.
My body's composition is determined by my genes. Hey, eyes up here.
Sydney Sweeney's new ad is deeply, deeply unsettling to me.
It's a problem when white people try to say that the superior gene is blonde hair and blue eyes. The pun, good genes, activates troubling historical associations for this country. The American eugenics movement in its prime between like 1900 and 1940 weaponized the idea of good genes just to justify white supremacism.
Despite that backlash, American Eagle stock has been soaring.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
It's racist.
Well, if that's upsetting you, then you probably need to find a therapist or a psychiatrist someplace and sit down and tell them why it's affecting you in the fashion that it is, because I don't see anything wrong with it. Most of the people I know think it's a great ad. And that's exactly what it is, an ad for jeans. Nothing more. No racist implications there whatsoever. Well, let's travel over to Fox for a minute. I'm a fan of the 5. I very seldom will stay on the 5 in the afternoon if Jessica Tarloff is there. The woman with the most annoying voice on TV, radio, wherever. Unbelievably grating voice that she has. They continue to keep her on there. I don't know why. I guess some people may like her leftist opinions, but she doesn't think through her statements very often, and sometimes it backlashes on her with her idealistic view of how bad Donald Trump and anything connected to him is, and how wonderful the Democratic Party and the up-and-coming people in the Democratic Party, such as AOC and Jasmine Crockett, they can do no wrong, according to Jessica. But that's neither here nor there. Let's take a look at when she doesn't think her statements through, right here.
There is, Donald Trump does this thing. Not only, like today, he says, we got 5.1 trillion in the Middle East. It was 1.5 trillion like a week ago. But most importantly, he sits down for these interviews, and I think Biden should have been more accessible. Maybe we would have had a competitive primary if he had been more accessible. But he does these interviews, and then he says, I don't know, or I'm not sure. Like, Kristen Welker asked him, do you need to uphold the Constitution? I don't know. Ask a lawyer. Are you sending migrants to Libya? I don't know. Ask Homeland Security. You just announced a new nominee for Surgeon General who didn't graduate from med school. Why? Bobby likes her. I don't know her. You have the power to bring back Abrego Garcia. I don't make that decision. Lawyers do.
You were arguing on behalf of him right now.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that is what the criticism is of him. He may be in front of you, but that doesn't mean that he's not spewing utter BS.
And now a quick look at how Joe Biden answers questions.
And you ain't black.
God bless you all and all those who continue to serve on the front lines of this pandemic. And may God protect our troops. Get vaccinated. That doesn't sound like a recession to me. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, how confident are you that we're not heading?
Thank you. May God protect our troops, our diplomats, and all brave Americans serving in harm's way. I want to thank you, and God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you very much. By the way, look out for your neighbors. If you're in the region, look out for your neighbors. So thank you very much, and thank you, Commissioner. I really think it all works. I'm not supposed to take any questions, but go ahead.
Mr. President, on Afghanistan.
I'm not going to answer Afghanistan now.
Can you say we're still in a risk at the airport, sir?
Kate, before we let you go, will President Biden, after his remarks today, take questions? He's given a couple of speeches. He did the interview with ABC News, but the White House press corps and the American people have a lot of direct questions for him. Will he take those today?
The president never shies away from taking questions. I'll let him make a decision if he's going to take questions this afternoon. The president never shies away from taking questions.
Bitch, please.
Get vaccinated.
No.
Well, if you can take listening to that voice for very long, God bless you, because I cannot listen to her. I don't agree with her ideas. I don't believe that her mannerisms are befitting for that show. They have a good program, usually have great people on there. She is combative most of the time and spouts the worst nonsense that you've ever heard. So that'll bring us to the expose that took place. We've been telling you all along that Jasmine Crockett comes from a very wealthy family, and she's highly educated, and she talks like a street rat sometimes, or tries to portray her street credibility, creds as they call it in the street, and she's an elite. She grew up an elite. And for her to bring out this nonsense, it's purely for votes, and her popularity in Texas is waning as a result of her mouth, basically. She probably did have something to add to government had she behaved herself and acted in accordance with the job rather than go all out to defeat another side of the party on no credibility. And this is where she shows up on these talk shows and spouts nonsense and calling the governor of Texas Hot Wheels and all that, and then trying to back out of it. But let's take a look right here.
I know you've looked at every aspect of her career and her background, but she really wants to come across as someone who's kind of streetwise and almost at certain instances like she's from the street. But what's the truth here?
Really? The truth is that is the farthest thing from the truth. Jasmine comes from a world that no little girl anywhere in our congressional district is going to have an opportunity to grow up and experience the same thing. We don't have schools in our district that cost $45,000, $55,000 per year to attend. And so it's weird that, she claims to fight for the people when clearly all she's fighting for is the class and for herself. She doesn't represent the people of TX30. People are aware of that. And that's why she's trying to rebrand and try to find her footing right now, because she's losing a lot of the support back here at home.
There's your proof. As I've been telling you, there it is right now on mainstream media, letting you know the truth about who Jasmine Crockett really is. It's not the person you see acting like the fool on some of these shows. So the left does this. As I told you time and time again, it's the Humpty Dumpty party. They fell off the wall way back 4 years ago when they put Joe Biden in charge. Well, we think he was in charge. And then he brings in Kamala Harris based on a DEI hire, basically, is what it was. And she ran around doing nothing. We didn't see or hear from her in probably 3.5 years. The only time that we ever did see her is when she came out of the room saying she was the last person in the room and approved the Afghanistan withdrawal. That's all she can hang her hat on. She was appointed the border czar and never went to the border. But her answer to that was that she had never been to Europe either. So a look at Kamala's lies about the economy, during her brief stint in running for president when she was anointed by Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi to get into that position and shove Joe Biden, who was so addled he had to be put to the side. And they put her in the place, and then she went out with scripted words that she used on every appearance that she did make, whether it was at a fundraiser or on a TV program where she was being questioned. It was the same old when they had no plan for the economy. The economy was not doing well under the Biden-Harris administration. And all she could come up with was why the Democratic plan was non-existent, and all she could really hang her hat on was that the Republican plan would never work. The economy was going to kill the country, and if you let Trump have his way, you'll see an escalation in a recession and this, that. They're all scripted words that were given to her on a piece of paper to memorize. Let's take a look at some of her comments on the economy right here.
Donald Trump's plans would weaken our economy, would inflate inflation, and would bring a recession on by the middle of next year.
I don't believe you.
Accelerate inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year.
Exasperate inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year.
Increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. Increase inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year. Increase inflation and bring about a recession by the middle of next year.
Ignite inflation and invite a recession by the middle of next year. Those are the facts.
Those are the facts.
A lot of boring math later.
Remember when President Trump's tariffs were supposed to crush consumers and trigger a recession? Well, the same experts who predicted doom and gloom are now admitting GDP is up, inflation is down, and stocks have rebounded to hit record highs.
But she said,
bring about a recession by the middle of next year.
Makes Nostradamus look like a freaking palm reader.
Well, all those rehearsed lines got her nowhere. It got her to spend a ton of money in the billions trying to get elected with rehearsed words and unburdened by anything in reality because she had no plan. The Democrats had no plan. They still have no plan to hang their hat on other than get Trump at all costs. They can't come up with a concrete, plan of action to accomplish anything. They will not vote for any bills that come across the floor any longer. They sit on their hands, and it's a no vote on everything. This is what the party is asking them to do, and they're going lockstep right in line with it. And when the elections come around, you have to remember that these people voted no to help you, voted yes all the time to help a criminal, all the time to get these illegal entries into our country, into our mainstream society, sucking on the teat of the government for all kinds of programs that were going to be handed out had they won the election. Doge went through and made a lot of cutbacks. Now they're sitting in Congress weeping and gnashing their teeth, saying that we took away all of the health care for the poor, which is so far from the truth. It is disgusting that they can continue to say this. And you have people like Cory Booker that you'll see later on here carrying on like an idiot over the fact that this, that, and the other thing doesn't sit with their programs. What programs do they have? You have the Ragin' Cajun yelling that, we have a bucket load of real good people going to run in the midterms and then in the 28 election. They have a bucket load of chum is what they have. They have nobody that has a plan. They have nobody that will be able to look out for you in their congressional seat. They look out for everything but you and I. And we see that now. It's plain. It's right out there, and it's more transparent now than it ever has been. And they do not like that curtain being pulled back for you to take a look at what's really happening. It's almost a shame, but there you go. And, it must be nice to be an elite and have your limousine pick you up and drop you off at the Capitol or your state building that you're going to, and get special tables in restaurants all through, the Washington area. And if you're out in your own state, you get special privileges here and there. And it's like Nancy Pelosi in San Francisco the Sunday getting front row seats for a Lady GaGa concert. Why would somebody of that age and that addled be at a Lady GaGa concert? You ask yourself. I know why. She believes that she has now lost the younger vote. And her party is losing the younger vote because they are realizing that they can make more money. They're going to be able to afford a home if Powell ever cuts the interest rate just slightly. It will be a boon to the real estate market. But she feels that she's lost that. So they usher her in and put her in a front row seat. How many people do you know that could afford a front row seat at a Lady GaGa concert or any major player concert or athletic event? The privilege of being a Democrat is what they're fighting not to lose. And when you realize that, you may vote differently. It's incredible, but don't take my word for it. Let's take a look.
Pandering to the lowest common denominator.
She takes good care of herself, from the big refrigerator, the Zero King refrigerator, full of expensive ice cream that she showed off, the front row seats, the limousines, the stock trades that she magically comes up with through her husband, and has set her family for life. All on the taxpayer dollar. There it is. This is what politicians do. This is why politicians hate to have to give up that seat or think that they can run for president and get even more attention, deals. We have a president right now that doesn't need anybody's money. He has all his own. He knows that this is the last term he's going to have. He has an agenda to accomplish. He is doing it. If you look at just in 6 months, the accomplishments of the promises made that have been kept so far, all but one that the left and all of the mainstream media is trying to hang their hat on, and that's the Epstein files, and he's even bending to give them what they want. I don't believe that it's anything more on the Democratic side than a distraction to distract you from what's really happening, which is they don't vote for any bills that are beneficial to the United States of America, the population, the legal population of the Americans. They vote no. When you get to the ballot box, vote no. And then they'll see how it feels. So until then, it is a beautiful day here in East Tennessee. I hope you're all experiencing some nice weather. There is a cool front coming through. It'll be in the 70s here by the weekend. I'm looking forward to that. It's been very warm. But it's summertime. Has nothing to do with climate change. You have 4 seasons. And we're experiencing the summer season and moving rapidly on Friday into the dog days of August. This happens every year. Nothing new. Nothing new at all except a minor tidal wave that may have hit some of the Hawaiian Islands, and they say will make the West Coast. That's probably due to an earthquake that happened somewhere under the ocean floor and sent this in. Nothing to worry about there. What you have to worry about is even the Weather Channel that is, run by NBC is trying to whip you into a frenzy, telling you that the hurricanes are on their way. They've been trying to force a hurricane on us since June. Enough. Hurricanes happen. We've seen them in the past. There'll be more in the future. Let's not panic over anything that the media is trying to make you panic over. But here we are. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're going to take a little exit here into our favorite town, Stupid Town, right here.
I just got asked to leave the restaurant because my children were inconveniencing some old people. I went to go take my kids out to eat by myself and their kids. Sorry, I don't give my kids iPad. We're at the restaurant trying to enjoy. They were crying, doing all the things kids do. We were sitting next to a couple, an older couple. After about a couple of minutes, they came to our table and was like, "Can you take your kids outside?" I look up at them and I'm like, "What did you just say?" And she was like, "Can you take your kids outside? They're being really loud and it's disrupting our dinner." When I tell you, it took everything out of me not to fight this old lady. Simply said, "No, I can't because I have 3 kids and I'm by myself." So she has to get over it. Am I the only one that thinks this is so rude? You're entitled to a kid-free life. You are not entitled to a kid-free world. And I stand on that. Come at me if you disagree.
Everybody who's out there thinking of using VPNs, let me just say to you directly, verifying your age keeps a child safe, keeps children safe in our country. So let's just not try and find a way around. Just prove your age.
How about no? Keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
That is a first. And the object is still down on the floor on the opposite side of the court. It was something green that was launched.
Anybody engaging in any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects.
We are back, baby. We are f***ing back. We're back.
Good.
And why did American Eagle hire a young white woman with perfect breasts to do their jeans commercial? Why not a fat black woman? There's too much on the line right now in America. As people's due process rights and freedom of the speech rights and secret police are running around this country, picking people up off the streets who have a legal right to be here. There's too much going on in this country.
You want to see something really scary? You bet. Really?
New tonight at 11, is a brazen Burbank butt-sniffing bandit back at it?
What?
Is a brazen Burbank butt-sniffing bandit back at it? Burbank police say the same crouching creeper they first encountered in 2021 has been arrested again. This video is from a similar case we reported on back in 2023. Burbank police identify the man as Khalees Crowder. Detectives say they responded Tuesday to a report of a suspicious person loitering in the women's department in Nordstrom Rack in the Burbank Empire Center. When they got there, the man was already gone, but he was soon spotted inside the nearby Walmart. Police say they watched him on Walmart surveillance cameras as he entered the women's clothing section. That's where police say they witnessed Crowder crouching near a woman and sniffing her. They arrested him, on charges of loitering with intent to commit a crime. His bail set at $100,000.
But look at what I've inherited and what I've done.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, yeah. You're trying to tempt me now.
The stock market is at record highs. I also drive around. I don't see a country in a depression at all. And I would have thought, and I got to own it, that these tariffs were going to sink this economy by this time, and they didn't.
The president makes it look easy dealing with illegal migration. You must be envious of his record in such a short period of time.
Well, I think we've been discussing irregular, illegal migration is a huge issue.
Bye. Have a beautiful day.
I hope you got a little amusement out of that today. We're going to wish you all a great rest of this Wednesday. And if you have not ordered your meats for the barbecue this weekend, please keep our sponsor here, Lazy J Farms and Butcher Shop, right here in mind. And you'll see their phone number right here on the bottom. And give them a call. Talk to Butch today. If you want specialty cut meats, even if you're not here to pick it up, they'll ship it to your door anywhere in the continental United States if you call today and make your special cut orders. I like my steaks at 2 inches. He knows that, and he cuts them for me as requested. He'll do the same for you. Don't forget they have great beef, blonde Aquitaine cattle. You'll see at the end of this program today, their full commercial. And when you call over there and tell Butch, don't forget they have wonderful chicken products, fresh chicken with no antibiotics, no growth hormones. Their hot dogs are free of any kind of filler that is harmful to you. They have eggs, they have cheese, they have pork products raised on their farm that are delicious. So place your order, get a sample box sent to your door, flash frozen if you're not here locally. But if you're here locally, they're located on Bloomingdale Road over in Kingsport, Tennessee. Just a short hop, skip, and a jump from anywhere in the Tri-Cities that you may be in. So give them a try. Go over there and tell Butch that Kaiser sent you, and he'll take very, very good care of you. So with that, we're going to tell you to stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned to the Kaiser Report for more commentary and a look-see around the nation and around the world when there's things going on you should be aware of. Bye-bye now. God bless.